Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to Ratan IT. So my name is Ratan. Guys, we're discussing Spring Boot videos, right? Yeah, Spring Boot. I think last class we explained the folder structure, and today class I'm going to run the first application regarding the Spring MVC, guys. Spring Boot MVC. Guys, to write the first application, open the STS ID. STS full form is what? Spring Toolsuit ID. So in STS ID, first of all, can please create one workspace folder, guys. Let me create one workspace folder like YouTube example, something like this. YouTube example. So I'm creating workspace folder in local disk D. In local disk D, this folder will be created. Click on the launch. I'm going to create a new workspace for that better. So YouTube example, that is a workspace, right? Yeah. Guys, I hope you guys are doing the practicals about the Spring Boot microservices. And I'm uploading the HTML videos also, just you can check the HTML videos, right? Yeah, because STS ID is loading. STS ID is loading. Yeah, this is STS ID, guys. In STS ID, first of all, can you please create the Spring Boot starter project? Tell me guys how to create a starter project. Go to the file menu, open the STS ID, go to the file menu, click on the new. Can you see the Spring starter project, right? Exactly. Guys, make sure that to create the project, your system should be connected with the internet. So go to the file menu, click on the new. Go to the file menu, click on the new Spring starter project. In the starter project, give the project name. This is like Spring Boot MVC. MVC example 1. I'm giving the project name like this. Spring Boot MVC example 1. Guys, give the hyphen separator for the project name. Spring Boot hyphen MVC hyphen example 1. Okay. So guys, this is the project name. So here we can see the artifact ID. When you see change the project name, artifact ID is also automatically changing, right? Because artifact ID is nothing but a project name. Artifact ID is nothing but project name, right? Exactly. Because type of the project, you are going to create the Maven project or Gradle project. I told you what is a Maven and what is a Gradle. So Gradle is a JSON configuration, Maven is XML configuration. In the Maven, you will get the pom.xml file, right? Exactly. Because type of the project is Maven project. I'm going to create the jar file for this project. Because next video, for this project, I'm building the jar file. I'm running the jar file, guys. Okay, next video. Guys, Java version, you can select the 17th version. So Spring Boot supports 3 languages: Java, Kotlin, Groovy. Go for the Java here. Okay, this is the group ID. Group ID is nothing but a package name. boot dot first, like first application, right? boot dot first. You can make it like group ID and the package name both can be same, no problem. So project name artifact ID is nothing but a project name. So group ID is nothing but a package name, right? Exactly. Guys, clear? So select these all the versions and all. Guys, click on the next. Once if you click on the next, here you can see the Spring Boot version. By default 3.1.4 is selected. No problem, you can keep the 3.1.4, right? Guys, here we can see the dependencies, available dependencies. Okay, for the first project, I can add only one dependency, Spring Web dependency, guys. Spring Web dependency. Click on the Web dependency. That's all. Guys, Web dependency, it supports it supports the web, it supports the RESTful, and it supports Apache Tomcat as a default embedded Apache Tomcat as the default embedded container, right? Exactly. So one dependency, guys. That's what is the starter dependencies, right? I told you the first video. What is starter dependency? Tell me, guys. What is the starter dependency? Starter dependency will aggregate the multiple dependencies into the single dependency. So it is good enough to add. It is good enough to add how many dependencies? One dependency, right? It is good enough to add only one dependency, right? Exactly. Guys, I added only one dependency. It's called Spring Web dependency, guys. That's it. Right, clear, right? Click on the finish. Once if you click on the finish, you can see the project here, the package explorer. Guys, it is downloading the data because creating the project and downloading the jar files, right? Guys, to see the progress, go for the Windows, show view. In the show view, can you see the progress, right? Click on the progress. Guys, when you click on the progress, guys, Windows show view progress. When you click on the progress, it's showing like how much time is downloading. Maybe some students will connect with the mobile internet, right? Mobile hotspot, right? At that time it maybe take some time now, so that it will showing the progress here. Clear, right? Yeah. Guys, last class I explained is all the folders. If anyone is not watching the last class, check the folder structure, guys. Folder structure is very, very, very important. Got the point, right? SRC main Java. SRC main Java means here they can write the Java resources. Nothing but what? Controller class and repository class. Controller class, repository class, service class. All the classes should be in the SRC main Java, right? Exactly. Guys, in MVC, first let me take the controller. Okay, let me take the controller. Guys, in the next video, I will show you the MVC architecture. Okay, this is basically like an MVC architecture. In the next video, I will show you this architecture diagram for you. Okay, but in this MVC, first we have the controller class. Just I am going to create one controller for this, that's all. Clear, right? This is a controller for that. I am going to create the controller now. Guys, to create the controller, go for this one here. Okay, this is Spring Boot MVC example 1 application. Okay, this is the main file. I think font size is very less. Increase the font size. Go to the Windows. Go for the preferences. If you click on the preferences, here directly you can type the font. You'll get the colors on font. So here you can go for the basic font. Here you can go for the text font. Double click on this file. Bold italic, click on the 16 something, whatever it may be. Click on OK, apply and close. It is okay, right? Yeah. See guys, previously I showed progress bar. Now I am showing the font size incrementer. You guys do slowly. Guys, every point do practically. This is our main file, guys. And one small information, some people are writing the code here. Alright, this is the main class. Why you guys are writing the code here? This is a starting point, should be very clear, right? Guys, starting point should be very clear. You don't write any code in the main class. Maybe you only feel that writing the code here is good or not good, guys. Not good, right? Don't write any code here. If you want to write anything, just you can make it a separate class. Okay, write the code, execute the code. Why you are disturbing this main class? Don't disturb the main class, guys. Good. Guys, let me create on what we can say, controller class. Guys, SRC main Java, right click, new. I want take the what class? Guys, normal Java class. Guys, make sure that whatever the service layers, controller layer, repository layer classes you created, that classes should be okay under this package only. com.boot.first. This is a root package. Under the root package, you can create like controller. Some people are doing com.boot.controller. First is missing. So what I am saying that up to first is a fixed one, because we have a component scanning option. I'll tell you later. So com.boot.first.controller you can take. Under the controller you can make the class is like test controller. Because just I'm making like test controller, right? Click on the finish. Click on what? Finish. See guys, this is a com.boot.first, which contains only main class. This is a com.boot.first.controller, which contains a test controller. Right? Yeah. Okay, see, I think this is normal Java class, right? This is normal Java class, now. This normal Java class becomes the, tell me guys, this is normal Java class. The normal Java class becomes the controller class. If you use it, then one annotation, @controller annotation. Guys, the normal Java class becomes the controller class. This is normal Java class, right? Looks, we are creating normal Java class. This normal Java class becomes controller class. You should make the annotation what? Controller annotation, guys. Guys, what is the annotation name? What? We can write the, yeah, we can write the, okay, controller annotation, guys. That's all. Guys, this controller annotation is a stereotype annotation. What does the stereotype annotation means? That annotation will create the objects. Guys, the annotations will create the objects, right? Guys, you got the point, right? Yeah. Guys, see, just place the cursor here. See guys, indicate that annotated class is controller class. Guys, indicate that what? Annotated class is what, controller class, right? Exactly. I think you got the clarity, no? Our normal Java class becomes the controller class. You should write at the rate controller, right? That's one point, guys. Good. Guys, the controller class contains request handler methods. See, the client is sending the request, right? When the client is sending the request, uh, our method should handle that request, right? Guys, you write one method. That method is handling the request. Guys, that method is handling what? Request. You write one normal Java method. That method is handling the client request. That's what that method name, technically speaking, request handler method. Because that method only handling the request, right? Request handler method. That's what, guys. Public string. Guys, public what? String. I'm writing the greet message. Okay, this is normal core Java method. This normal method becomes the request handler method. So you got the point or not? This is normal method, right? The normal method becomes request handler method. Okay, so you got the point, huh? This is normal Java method becomes request handling. This method will handle the request. This method will handle the request. The normal method becomes request handler method. This is handle the request by using annotation at the rate request mapping annotation. You got a point, right? Exactly. You guys see, this is at the rate request mapping annotation. Guys, return type is what? String. That's what I am writing the message. So good morning. Good morning, Ratan sir. Guys, I'm giving the message just like good morning, Ratan sir. Like, comment, and what? Tell me, subscribe, right? Like, comment, and what? Subscribe. Guys, that is a message. Okay, that's all, guys. One controller class and one request handler method. Are you clear, right? That's what this is, the request mapping annotation, right? The two annotations we are writing, guys. Guys, we done the code. Just you can run the code. That's all. Are you clear now? Just you can run the code. Guys, to run this code, right click on the project. Guys, you no need to install any Tomcat servers and all, because Spring Boot given the by default Tomcat is embedded server. Just I taken one controller class, just I'm taking one request handler method. This method will handle our request. Guys, I'm repeating this point multiple times because this point only important. This method is handling our request. This method is handling our request. Sir, for this request, what is the URL, sir? Guys, here you can make the URL slash what? You can write the test method. Guys, this URL name can be anything. This method name can be anything. Don't mix these two. The URL name I taken the like test URL, which returns the this greeting message, right? Is it clear now? Yeah, this is the request mapping slash test which returns like good morning Ratan sir, like, comment, and what? Subscribe, right? Yeah. Guys, let me run this code. Right click on the project, run as Spring Boot application. Guys, right click on the project, run as Spring Boot application. Yeah, you can click on this. Guys, once if you click on this, see guys, here remind me later. I think check the console once. This is a console. Guys, in the console you can see guys, see, starting the service Tomcat. Tomcat is initialized with the port number is what? 8080, right? Guys, Apache Tomcat is taking by default 10.1. Actually, Spring Boot 3.1 supports what? 10.1, right? Guys, yes or no? This is the information, guys. Tomcat, okay, Tomcat are you installed? It automatically coming. Tomcat started port on 8080. This is the embedded server, right? Guys, you installed automatically coming. Automatically come, no? It's embedded server. Guys, application started. Guys, once if it is done, open the browser, send the URL like this 8080 port. Before that, to open the browser directly, here you can find the boot dashboard. This is the boot dashboard, guys. Can you see it, right? And moreover, to get this one, this is the symbol, boot dashboard symbol. This is a symbol you can click. If you are not seeing this boot dashboard here, by default you can see the boot dashboard. If you are not seeing, click on this symbol, boot dashboard. In a boot dashboard, you can see that the project is up, the green symbol, right? The green symbol is saying that project is started. Are you clear now? Yeah. Guys, here Spring Boot MVC example 1 8080 porter. Guys, simply you double click on this file. You double click on the file. Once if you double click on the file, that browser is opened with the porter. Otherwise, directly you open the browser, type the URL, right? That's not a problem. Guys, what is the URL? Tell me here. Test URL. Guys, test URL means just you can type the slash, you can write a test URL. Guys, once if we click on the text URL, what should it returns? Good morning, Ratan sir. Like, comment, and what? Subscribe. Just click on enter. Are you getting any message here? No. Application is what? Failed. Yeah, application should fail, guys. You should get the subject, more subject. Nah? Yeah. Guys, here I need to explain one point. When I click the enter button, you are not getting output. The reason is we are talking about MVC, guys. This is MVC. This is MVC example means in MVC the controller is there, right? The controller return value, because MVC means definitely view layer is there, right? Guys, MVC means what? Definitely we have the view layer. That's the reason in MVC the controller return value is by default view name. Controller return value. This is a controller, right? The controller return value. This is a return value, right? This is a view name actually. By default view name. Tell me guys what the point I am saying here. In MVC, the controller contains what? Tell me guys. The controller request handler methods return value. Guys, in MVC, controller request handler methods return value is by default view name. By default view name, guys. This is a view name. But for the first example, you want a views, just you want text message. Guys, in first example, but in first example, just to return the text response. First example, just to return the what response, guys? Here, text response. In first example, just to return the text response, we need to use one annotation. We need to, guys, these are very, very, very important. You should have the clarity about these all the points. In MVC, controller request handler method. This return value by default what? View name. But in first example, just to return the text response, we need to use one annotation, guys, @response body annotation. Now you got this point is very important or not? All of you please write some notes about these classes, guys. All of you write the notes for these classes. Guys, that's what we should use one annotation. What annotation? Tell me here. @what? Response body annotation, right? Exactly. Very clear now. Just you can save this code. Guys, come to the boot dashboard. From here also we can start the application. Previously I'm starting application. Right click on the project. Run as tell me guys, Spring Boot application. Option 1. Option 2. From the boot dashboard, right click and you can click on the start. See guys, again console is starting now. Guys, at last when the application started, you'll get the message started Spring Boot MVC application in so on seconds. Once if you got this message which is started so on seconds, then decide that your application started. Guys, then you can go for what? This application is up, right? Yes. Guys, now double click on that file. Then browser is open. Guys, now in the browser, just you can type. Type the URL. Tell me guys, the URL will be what? /test URL, right? Exactly. Now click on enter button. Now simply you will get the output. Subject is very easy, guys. The way of teaching is very, very important. You guys please like the video, comment the video, subscribe to our channel to get the more videos. You got the point, right? Good morning, Ratan sir. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's all, guys. Is it clear now? So by default, guys, you should remember this. This one is the important point. In MVC, controller class request handler methods. In MVC, the controller class request handler methods return value by default view name. But in just in first example, just to return the text response, we need to use @response body annotation. I think you got the clarity. Huh? Yeah, if you not get the clarity, I again start the video, I again start the practical simma. So no option. It's not a class, right? If it is a class means what? One times are repeated, you cannot understand means maybe you cannot understand means there is no option. But this is a video, right? Once if you are not understand, you are not getting the response output, then you can start the video one more time, do the practical freshly. Good. Guys, you please respond. Can please take one more request handler method. Guys, the technical name. This is a request handler. This is important for us. Request handler method, because our request is handled by this method only. Guys, our request is handled by this method. Are you clear now? Yeah. Guys, now can you please tell me one more method? I can take the public string, and you can take the info method. Info method @which annotation. This is normal Java method. The normal Java method becomes request handler method @request mapping annotation, right? @request mapping annotation /info I taken, right? Exactly. Guys, here I am going to return the data. Return, tell me, RETURN, return, yeah, tell me, guys. Hi students, how are you? Hi students, hi students, how are you? Hi students, how are you? Welcome to, tell me, guys, welcome to Ratan sir classes. Welcome to Ratan sir classes, right? Exactly. Guys, I told you, this method return type is by default what? This is a view name, JSP name, or theme leaf name. View name it is. But you want this is a view name or just a normal response? Normal text response. To make it as a normal text response, what we have to use response body annotation, right? Exactly. Guys, you should use what? Response body annotation, right? That is information, guys. Are you clear now? That's all, guys. Guys, can please run the application. Because sometimes when you run the application, maybe you'll get the port is already running, right? Yeah, just you can run from dashboard, you never get that kind of issue. See, for example, application is running previous application. I'm trying to run from here, run as a Spring Boot application. If you do like this, it's saying like, it's saying that port number is already in use. That's what, guys, better to run from the dashboard. If you run the dashboard, first of all, stop from the dashboard. You stopped from the dashboard. After dashboard, then you can start the application. Then you never get the issues. Use the dashboard here. Think you got the clarity, right? Yes. 8080. Guys, 8080. Just let me open this. If you open this, just you can type the URL is what? / this is the previous URL tester. This is the previous URL, guys. What your present URL, tell me here? Info URL, right? Click on enter. Hi students, how are you? Welcome to Ratan sir classes. Guys, you got the clarity, right? Yeah. Maybe you're thinking, sir, I don't want this port number 8080. Guys, first of all, can you please stop this application? I've stopped here. Sir, I don't want this 8080 port number. I want to change the port number. Guys, go for the SRC main resources. In SRC main resources, you can find application.property file. In application.property file, just you can change the server.port. Just you can change what server data port, right? server dot port equal to 9999. Yeah, like that I can get the port number. That is one point. Guys, first you write the test URL. Test URL is working. You try to make your own method, guys. Your own URL, your own method. At least you are copying this one, no problem. But at least based on this one, you try to make your own examples so that you get the more clarity. But this response body I used it in the first method and second method, right? Instead of using the response body for every method, I can use response body once at class level, no problem. I can use only one time here so that can be applicable for all. First you try at method level, working fine, you are getting output, then you try at class level. Don't put directly at class level, okay? Guys, yes or no? Okay, next one, I don't want to write there, they can write here also, no problem. Guys, let me run the code. Let me right click on the boot dashboard, click on what? Start. If you click on the start, then we can see the, yeah. Can see this port number here, 9999. Spring Boot MVC example 1, 9999, right? Exactly. Guys, this one you can see the port number. See guys, Tomcat initialized with the port is what? 9999. Getting the message or not? 9999, right? Exactly. Guys, are you clear, right? I think we changed the port number also. Yes, you don't change any code here. This is a starting point. Guys, in format XML file, if you want, you can see in the format XML file, you can see the data here. Java version is 17. This is like Spring Boot starter web. You select only this dependency. Test dependency is coming automatically. If you want, you can keep the test dependency or you can remove the test dependency. It's not a problem. So again, these are dependencies. Under the dependencies, you selected only web, but the test is coming automatically because JUnit test cases will come automatically. So because you can see this folder, right? SRC main tester, SRC tester Java. Here you can see that test cases, no? Because of this, the test model is coming automatically. Will given by Spring, what you can say, TSID. Yes or no? Test is coming automatically, no? Fine. Okay, sir, clear now? Guys, can please run the code. All of you please comment my application practicals completed. Your application is running fine. Your application is not running, please comment your error. If you done the practical, just you can comment it. Okay, sir, I done the practicals. Yes, every video do that one. Sir, I done the practicals, I'm getting output properly. So thank you guys. Meet in next video. For this project, I will create the jar file. I will run the jar file from the command prompt. Thank you guys. Guys, like the video, comment the video, subscribe to our channel to get the more videos. Bye guys.